Normally on this channel, I'm talking about all things punk rock and hardcore. Either that or I'm making fun of Travis Barker and Machine Gun Kelly. But whatever it is, it's all fueled by heat, drama, and enemies, okay? So today, I gotta go a little bit music adjacent. I gotta sidestep over to CM Punk, because CM Punk is being the most dramatic man in the entire world, and I'm absolutely living for it, and it just needs to be reported here on my channel. Hey ladies, how's it going? It's your friendly neighborhood gatekeeper, Dan Frampton here, and what the hell am I even talking about? Well, it starts over here on Instagram in the stories, but I'm gonna give you some context first, because this is not necessarily a music topic, so you might need to know who these characters are, okay? So first character you need to know is CM Punk. You probably know who CM Punk is. He's like a wrestler or whatever. He was in a whole lot of drama a couple months ago, so he's currently not really wrestling on TV right now, but he might be returning very soon. That might be a key piece of information because he is about to make his return, so he kind of wants to keep his name at the top of the news. So, speaking of internet news, there's two big names at the very tippy top of wrestling news and rumors. And that's Dave Meltzer, the author of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, and his co-host or whatever, Brian Alvarez. Brian Alvarez does a daily wrestling show, and he does a whole bunch of content on the paywall. After every big televised wrestling event, he goes onto his paywall with Dave Meltzer to talk about the event. And the things that are talked about in that conversation between Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez is disseminated across 1 million wrestling aggregator websites. So that's the second character in the story you need to know. Brian Alvarez. And in my opinion, Brian Alvarez has the chops to carry a daily radio show. This guy is one of the best talkers that I've ever heard. He might actually be the best talker in wrestling, and he's going up against who's known as the best talker in wrestling in CM Punk. So now that you know who these two idiots are, so CM Punk is just like laying in his bed at home an hour ago. Look at this. This happened an hour ago from the time of recording, and he just like went off on Brian Alvarez for some reason. Now when you're CM Punk, you're like a really big name and everybody talks about everything that you do, especially when you go nuclear. Now after you know who they are, this is what they look like. This is CM Punk, you know CM Punk, but this is Brian Alvarez. And you can't tell by this photo, but he is a very influential person behind that microphone. This man stands at a very cool 5'6". And he's also like a trained wrestler. So that's what I always found so weird, because wrestlers and people in the wrestling business don't like what is called the dirt sheets, okay? It's actually known as something that you're supposed to hate. You're not supposed to like the dirt sheets. It's just a bunch of clickbait nonsense. And Brian Alvarez basically is a dirt sheet. So it made me feel really weird when he was out there wrestling and also being a dirt sheet. I was like, what the hell's going on here, Brian Alvarez? So you know that thing right off the bat is going to be one of the reasons that CM Punk is so pissed off at this guy, is because he is a dirt sheet mark, okay? And I'm not against dirt sheet marks, I'm a dirt sheet mark, okay? So now you know what these guys look like, you know what they do. Now CM Punk, just bored on his bed this afternoon, goes, look everyone, Brian Alvarez doesn't like it when misinformed internet trolls make up rumors about him, so please stop making up rumors and stories for clicks while Brian makes up rumors and stories for clicks, okay? And this thing is just dripping in sardonic attitude already. He's basically calling Brian Alvarez a troll who makes up stuff to get clicks using clickbait, okay? He's using a lot of internet words. I think CM Punk might be terminally online. That's a lot of internet vernacular for a wrestler, okay? I'm just saying that. And there's nothing wrong with being terminally online. I'm one of those people, but I don't usually like to use the words trolls and clickbait, okay? Because yeah, on the surface, that's what it is, but that's just what it is. It's like being mad at Coca-Cola for being fizzy. He goes on to say, Brian Alvarez is married for God's sake. By God, that man has a family. Brian Alvarez, shut the fuck up and stop talking about me challenge day one. Oh man, he is the most dramatic person in the entire world. I absolutely love it. Just going after Brian Alvarez. What are you going to do about this, Brian Alvarez? Report on it? Yeah, thought so. Next story. He's not quite done. I don't know what this is, but it looks kind of like a leaked email. So it looks like CM Punk is mad enough to be leaking emails in this drama. This is ridiculous. But this looks like an email from Brian Alvarez, and it says, I feel stupid for even bothering to write this, but David Bixenspan is just in one of his moods where I have been reading the stupidest shit for the last 3 days. If you ever talk to Punk about this, and I doubt you will, and I doubt even more he'd give a fuck, please let him know that I do not, nor have I ever had any problem with him. It has been 4 years, and Bix still believes I hold a grudge against CM Punk because he is dating Maria. Okay, this is an old-ass email. Because he's not really dating Maria, okay? He's married to AJ Lee. That's just some more context for you. The best part is I am writing this on my anniversary weekend with my wife. I can only imagine the shit that will be written in another 4 years. Hope things were going well for you, and let me know if you need anything. Brian. Very professional email, Brian Alvarez. Oh, you thought CM Punk was done going in on Brian Alvarez, did ya? No, not quite, not yet. Friendly reminder, I haven't been on TV in 9 months, and y'all still just can't stop talking about me. Okay, CM Punk, you need to realize that you are CM Punk. There's a certain amount of mystery and intrigue that just comes with the name CM Punk. You have to own the fact that you are Sir CM Punk. People are endlessly interested in everything that you do. That is just a fact of life. Brian Alvarez isn't the only person endlessly interested in the things that you do. That's just like what the fans do. And yeah, it is a little bit weird, of course. But when you're CM Punk, that kind of comes with the territory, my man. And for somebody so terminally online and a huge star in a big money industry that's on television, you'd think that you'd understand that. Oh, and if it seems like I'm fence-sitting here, I'm not. Let me just put this out here on Main Street right now, okay? I am on CM Punk's side in this. Maybe stop. You'll feel better. Love, hate, it's all the same. I don't enjoy being the sole person that props up the entire misinformed clickbait industry based on toxic gossip from lying sources. But what can you do when you're the king? It comes with the crown. Of course, I just said that. You're the king. You're wearing the crown. This is how the people act towards that. And here you are, getting all high and mighty and getting all pissed off about something. So if I were to take a stab in the dark here, maybe you're drumming up drama for the sake of drumming up drama. Maybe you're not quite as pissed off as it seems like you are, CM Punk, because you know you're the king, you know you're wearing the crown, you know all this, and none of it's a surprise. Oh, and you thought he was done? No. He's gonna have some words to say here very shortly. You ready for this?
Before I go really quick, the parasocial relationship
Okay, so let's just do like an internet buzzword counter. Parasocial relationship. He's throwing that out here.
wrestling fans have with certain people is really unhealthy. I get the tribalism, like it's
tribalism, gotta love that.
But picking sides seems a little silly. You don't know me, you don't know anybody else.
Of course. So why are you on saying nobody knows anything? It's all just entertainment. Even the stuff on the internet is just entertainment. We're up to like a big 5 buzzword counter right now.
So, just go touch grass.
He said touch grass. He said the words. He said the internet line right now. Touch grass, you basement dwelling nerds. I actually am kind of surprised he didn't pull an iDubbbz here. And that's what happens when there is no hockey, he says. He goes all drama mode. So as fresh as this drama is, Brian Alvarez has kind of started to respond to it. First he says, there is definitely a story with the CM Punk deal. Yeah, so we're knee deep in drama and we still don't know what's going on here. And then he goes on to tweet, and I'm guessing this is after the next story came out. He just goes, lol, what? Exactly. He went totally in on Brian Alvarez, and even though he's kind of like subtweeting him here, you know that the lol what was based on either like that email that was leaked or the more rundowns that he got in the stories, okay? But just so you know, that's as much information as we have right now. We don't have anything else. We gotta wait until the people that do the poking and prodding get all the information, and then when I get it all, of course I'll tell you. But this is just fresh off of social media right now. So you're probably thinking, you're like, if you don't know the reason why CM Punk is doing it, why are you on CM Punk's side? He just went after Brian Alvarez out of the blue, out of nowhere, from his bed with his dog on his lap, moments before he went to the gym to start pulling and hauling stuff. And I'll tell you why I'm on CM Punk's side. when it comes to all this. When it comes to talking, when it comes to free marketing, when it comes to getting the news cycle to just churn and move, all for his purpose, he knows how to manipulate everybody involved. He is so good at marketing for himself. And even if there is a story behind this, there's a reason why he's doing it in the way that he does it. And CM Punk, if you're familiar with the work of CM Punk, you know that everything he does is done for a reason and with purpose. Yes, he's catty. Yes, he's a little devilish, okay? Yeah, he's a catty bitch. But we love him for that. Now, I like Brian Alvarez. I listen to his show all the time. I think he's one of my favorite people with a microphone. So this is basically a tale of two goats. And they both happen to be drama goats. You see, CM Punk knows the influence that Brian Alvarez and the reach that he has in the wrestling community, okay? He knows how to make an opinion happen. And when Brian Alvarez has an opinion, it has a kind of tendency to echo within this chamber of wrestling marks, okay? And I don't believe that everything that Brian Alvarez says is true. Dave Meltzer is full of shit sometimes. But for some reason, wrestling fans treat their word like gospel. Yeah, sure, they got their foot in the door, they're talking to this person and that person, and they've been around forever and ever and ever. They're still, at the end of the day, dirt sheet marks. And CM Punk, at the end of the day, you gotta remember, people, he's just a dirty carny.